Hey y'all, how are you? This is Baby Boomer Dave at Oasis Singles, and today we're going to be discussing one of the most popular yet controversial topics of all, and that is the topic of masturbation. Now, we get tens of thousands of weekly visitors on our website, and by far, this is the most popular topic of all. I get questions like, what does the Bible say about masturbation? Is masturbation in fact a sin? How do I balance my raging hormones with the fact that God has called us to live holy, pure lives? Or one of these, can married people masturbate together without feeling guilty? And then I got this last one is, how do I stop touching myself without going crazy? Now, many of us are beating ourselves up over this topic, probably because there's not enough info out there coming from churches. They just avoid it because it's so awkward. But we're talking about it today.
Dealing with the topic of masturbation can be quite a sticky issue, not just for single Christians, but for married people alike. And here's the reason. Masturbation is not directly mentioned in the Bible itself. Now, I know some of you probably know that already because you probably searched every single scripture looking for what does it say about masturbation? Can I do it or not do it? Well, while that may be true that it's not mentioned directly, the Bible does provide guiding principles on things like sexual purity and self-control, and it paints a broad picture of how Christians should behave sexually. For example, the Bible emphasizes sexual purity in a number of scriptures. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verses 3-5, it states, "It is God's will that you should be sanctified, that you should avoid sexual immorality, and each of you should learn to control your own body in a way that is holy and honorable, not in passionate lust like the pagans who do not know God." I think we know a few people like that. Jesus takes on the topic of lustful fantasies head on in Matthew 5:28. It says this, "But I tell you that anyone who even looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Dang, I remember reading this when I first became a believer, and I said, how in the world am I going to live like this? If you're a Christian single and you're really struggling over this issue and you're going through tons of guilt and confusion, I want to offer 3 practical steps that you can take. The first is prayer. Seeking the Lord's guidance through prayer can provide clarity and peace about personal decisions like this. Seek Him and see what He does. Number 2, biblical counseling. Man, I wish I had someone about 40 years ago to help me through this. But seriously, speaking with a trusted Christian counselor, a spiritual leader, a pastor that you can really, really trust with personal things, they can offer you wisdom based on their experience. And number 3, community. Engaging in open, non-judgmental discussions with fellow believers can provide insights and a different perspective. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we have this site called oasis-singles.com. If you go down to the article, look at all the comments down there. They're all struggling with the same thing. I want you to know you're not alone in this issue. Now, I want to close this podcast down with a quote from James Dobson. He was the original founder of Focus on the Family. And he says this specifically about masturbation. He says, quote, "It is my opinion that masturbation is not much of an issue with God. It does not cause disease. It does not produce babies. And Jesus did not mention it in the Bible," as we mentioned in our podcast earlier. He goes on to state, "I'm not telling you to masturbate, and I hope you won't feel the need for it. But if you do, it is my opinion that you should not struggle with guilt over it." And that's my opinion also. This is Dave Butler at oasis-singles.com. I really hope you enjoyed this podcast. If you did, please subscribe to us. Please like us. Please make a comment below. And also, you could go to our website at oasis-singles.com, where you'll find hundreds of different articles regarding the Christian singles life on all different types of topics. God bless you guys. I hope to hear from you, and have a great day.